Hello everyone! Today we're going to go ahead and finally get started with 6.4 MSQ. Last time it's been quite a while since we did 6.3, but I believe we fought, I looked at a very short blurb, but last time we ended up fighting Constago? How do you say his name? Hold on. Cagnazzo and Rubicante in the dungeon and trial, and they were ended up being a distraction for when we came back to the Uzzadal's Legacy dungeon place. The void gate that we were using to get to the 13th had been destroyed. So now we gotta figure out how the heck to get back to the 13th, because it's not exactly easy to... Well, I mean, it is easy to make a portal, but it's kind of hard to make one without, you know, letting everything through. Let's not dilly-dally any longer. Go ahead and talk to Varshan over here and get started. What have you got for us, Varshan? Currying favor. Curry. Varshan's eyes light up when he sees you. Oh, how nice. Brilliant. 'Tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlian? We've yet to hear from Y'shtola regarding the search for a means to return to the void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with merry a grumble. As for Zero, I gotta remember what voice I gave her. Is something the matter? No. Brilliant paid us a visit, and so I was apprising her of recent developments, or lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Would you like to come? Well, how can I refuse? Sure, milady. A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely, too, I must add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. I'm kind of doing more of a British accent for him unintentionally, but whatever. Come then. I've an errand to run in the bazaar first. Alright, let's head on over to the bazaar, see what her errand is. Alright, closest is probably the diner, so I'll just teleport up there. There they are. Merry Merchant. You're with Mistress Zero? How rare to see her with others. Oh, she's been here before? Interesting. If you would gauge the city's prosperity, there is no surer way than to visit the bazaars and observe the people. This I learned from Arwan and his predecessors. I'm picking up some more spice. Merity told me to do so before my next visit. Mistress Zero has quite the tolerance, you see. The sisters know we Honish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. That's hilarious. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the main can't quite satisfy her, which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve some more rigorous flavors. Now then, variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra be blended with Mistress Zero's usual. It'll help to keep things interesting, what do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. Oh no. Are we gonna have to try a bunch of spices now? A colorful array of spices peer out from hempen sacks. Lustrous crimson powder, the aromatic black corns, the little red husks, the coarse yellow flakes, let's just go with black, These chords tickle your nose with their pungent yet enriching aroma. One can imagine them lending dishes an appetizing accent. Select this spice, sure. Ah, that's a fine choice, but don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe your reaction. If you would be considerate to sample the spice at her inner presence. I mean, I guess I could take a couple steps in her direction. Well, I doubt you need to be told this, but have care not to take too much at once. Yeah. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. An intense and aromatic heat fills your nostrils. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mistress Zero, and do give Meredy my regards. Alright, let's head on over to the Meredy, or Mayhane, not Meredy. Meredy is the name. I haven't actually had very much Indian food. I usually don't go for stuff that's super spicy either, like both hot spice and flavorful spice. I'm just pretty boring. I'm pleased to see that Zero has become a regular here, and so much so as to bring her own spice. Okay, well, yeah, let's just talk to Zero. Have they been voicing like all these cutscenes? Are these gonna all be voiced too?
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
Rest assured, it's easy enough to make a serving just for you. Or we could make the kettle and share it. There would be enough not only for your companions but other diners as well. I dare say everyone will be delighted.
Very well. A full kettle, then.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy to try a bowl of Zero's curry? We can make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor with this vessel. Another time, perhaps. Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Then I'll have His Excellency's helping. If I could have mine a touch milder. Hey, let's just make our character suffer some more, you know, like usual.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radz-at-Han, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all.
Yeah, 'cause she was like
Spicy
hesitant to
dishes
even
have
eat an
long
apple.
been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
I mean, she's not wrong.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radz-at-Han my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation. And naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak.
She's really changed since we first met her.
I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek.
Who did?
What is going on? What's happening?
Oh, right, the curry.
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, by all means, I'd welcome the challenge.
Oh no.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
Oh no, this guy.
Ah! It burns! It burns!
What is this, Manderville?
To better maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food. However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Uh-oh.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this.
Wait, does she see spicy food as a challenge?
Let's replenish our ether.
That'd be really funny. Also, I'm sorry, my character. Oh no. The whole place. My whole life flashed before my eyes, and it was exhilarating. I thought the spice we picked were perfect. Yeah, I like the first one better, it's funny.
I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Merid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment. By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
I know what this cutscene's gonna be. Or rather, once we get there. I've seen screenshots. The spicy curry, hold on. The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenge awaits, you are ready to face them head on and with feeling. Right. Alright, can I go and talk to some? Oh, okay, no, they're not knocked out anymore. That's unfortunate. But remarkable curry. I must try a bowl myself. When I can muster the courage, that is. Yeah, that. Alright, let's head on over to Estinian's chambers. If you know what I mean. Oh, I just noticed it had a buff. I wish I had read that. I'm satisfied. I did not expect so many to take up the challenge, but I am glad to see everyone enjoying themselves. Alright, attendant, let's take us to Estinian's chambers. Welcome back. Master Estinian, yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. Proceed to Estinian's chambers? Oh yeah. I've seen screenshots from this cutscene.
Estinian, are you there? We've brought something for you.
Enter.
Oh my. Are you sure this game's rated T?
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks. Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Shall we disrobe as well?
Yes.
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
Varshan, this is no place for children. Varshan, the adults are talking. Go away. Oh, they're
At
back.
last. We've been looking for you.
My friends, tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Urianger's assistance.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Azhdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Azhdaya are on the moon of the 13th. Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Okay.
Is such a feat possible?
That's what I was thinking.
In theory, having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound.
Yeah, we saw that with Novarant.
All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th.
That's an interesting theory.
Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Urianger's counsel.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
Yeah, we probably should ask the residents of the moon if we should do this.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radz-at-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage.
How was that gonna help?
The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm. My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiac.
Yep.
And we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent.
Yeah, just let him through. It's
Along with
just
our
the moon.
lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
I guess I could help.
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
Golduck? I'm gonna call him Golduck. No, wait, then I'll get Nintendo'd. The Dark Throne. Well, that was some nice curry. So, you know, there's a bunch of stuff I'm not going to use, so I'll just grab the gill. Alright, let's talk to everyone. You have no shortage of allies at your disposal. Well, yeah. I cannot thank you enough for your constant support. What is this? What is this of? Is this gonna be the dungeon? Anyway, going ham. Urianger wishes to depart at once. But yeah, isn't the dungeon like this pretty early? Yeah, okay, yeah, this is the dungeon. Okay. If one and all are ready, then let us set forth our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of the alchemist, the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither, and thence begin our journey. Alright, let's head on out over to the Great Alchemist so he can get his big boy body. Right? Yeah. Let's see, there we go. Opening a gate is about as difficult as I expected. I don't expect this one to be voiced. apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum. I heard them pronounce this once, and it was different than I thought it was, but I'm just gonna roll with that. Indeed, well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Y'shtola's plan in greater detail. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mare Elementorum, that we might gain direct passage to the moon on the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and subsequent delivery of it unto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telephoroid spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of the world. Well, why does that matter? Thus must we seek an alternative means of conveying our requisite resource. Our second task doth pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal to the moon was placed under the supervision of the Esabard contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. Do we really? I should like to believe they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the aether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? I mean, you're a dragon, bro. Can't you just do it? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. Okay, Mr. Mysterious. Alright, let's head on over to the airship landing. Let's just go run over to the big aetheryte and then take the little aetheryte over there. Let's see. This always throws me off that airship landing isn't in the secondary part, like it is in every other city that has an airship landing. I mean, you just gotta read, which I know is very hard for some people. I sometimes come here for the view. It's beautiful. Yeah, because you can actually find Zero standing over here after 6.2. I'm not quite sure when it is, but I've accidentally found her before. I think I said that when we were doing the 6.3 stuff too. I am most keen to know more of Uriange's potential solution. In the worst case, I was prepared to offer one of my eyes, but it seems that it will not come to that. Yeah, no, that's kind of what my first idea, but like that would be kind of irreversible. All are present and accounted for. Excellent. We shall travel to Ashalian, and thence seek the nearby Isle of Ham. Oh, that's why it looked so colorful. Okay, it's one of the islands up there. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of aether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by ether harvested from the isle. But as well you know, an alternative power source was ultimately found for the vessel. I think I'm slipping into the Varshan's accent with this one. Perhaps unto Ultima Thule, to the very limits of existence, was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. Yeah, I know, bro, I was there. As such, the Isle of Ham's vast aether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the forum's permission. Yet again, with needing permission is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear, and as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have officially disbanded, no longer are we a recognized collective, a somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail. The students of Berdizian. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friend at the annex. Yep, check on Graha and Kryl. Well, at least we're not dealing with Ojika's brother? Whatever. While Mistress Kryl hath burdens enough of her own, we may be confident she will do her utmost to assist us. An island literally bursting with ether. That's some sort of paradise Void sent to dream of. When last I came here, it was delivery of my sire's scares. How long ago it seems now. Right, Ojika? It's been a while, right? Welcome back, Aurelian. What brings you here today, and in such colorful company? Excuse me? Sir? This is 2024, you can't be saying stuff like that. Greetings, Ojika. On this occasion, we are come to seek the student's assistance in a matter of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Kryl. She's in the main hall, sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. Who's it gonna be? The last Scion we haven't talked to is... Oh, okay, never mind, it's Arenvold.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
That's right, she's never actually met either of them. I would have thought she would have met Varshan.
Not in this vessel, perhaps.
Oh, okay.
'Tis I, Varshan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenville occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
I called him Arenvold, that's not his name.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guild ship business, but rather...
Oh no, he's got family business or something.
Homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us.
I don't know, Varshan, that's the next expansion.
We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Han. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
This is a JRPG, Kryl, what did you expect?
You have a knack for finding trouble. If Gleaners collected world-ending crises, You could make quite a name for yourself in our profession. It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission.
I'm sure that'll be real easy, as we've learned from the past.
Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Ham was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction.
Oh, let's go ask the parents.
Margaret, for instance.
Oh, no.
She's
okay.
a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system.
Yeah, Margaret's the last custom delivery NPC.
You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Fun, fun. Yeah, Kryl, you take care of all the paperwork and not be written into the story anymore. Or rather, never did.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward. Oh. A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance.
That's right.
And what have we here? Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
I wonder what that actually is, if it's going to be relevant later. I mean, it wouldn't be good from a storytelling perspective to have something like that and then just never use it. Oh, right, where are we headed? Oh yeah, Labyrinthos, that's right. Let's head on, teleport in there. I believe she's going to be at the... in the center somewhere? Let's see, where am I going? Oh, okay, over here at the hamlet. That makes more sense. Okay, where is she? Over here. There they are. Though it is not the first time I've seen it, I remain in awe of the sky's magnificence. Never did it occur to me that such an expansive facsimile was within men's power to create. Right. Oh, Zero's over to the side. I was wondering where she was. The first person Urianger asked about our target immediately told us where to go. Is there a place where you do not have allies? As Daddy Levier learned, no. I believe we have found our researcher. Hey, Margaret. Oops, not voiced. Visitors, how delightful. If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you've caught me in post-deadline bliss. Forgive us the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how the ether harvested at the Isle of Han was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We built special tanks that can store ether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Well, that's pretty convenient. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rivaled even crystals for ethereal capacity. A pity we never got to use them. Ah, how muddled and distant the memory, when Doom's deadline loomed large and we extricated ourselves with the waist-high mire of work, only to end up chin-deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit for the energies of creation, but now I'm truly alive. Who would have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? It's like, whoa, who knew getting enough sleep, eating well, and exercising would actually make you feel good? You should try that. It actually works. Why, I feel positively functional. That's not usually how people would describe this, but okay. I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife's edge of failure. Are you sure you're okay, Margaret? We are glad for you, quite. On the subject of ethereal ether tanks, do you know what became of them? What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Margaret. Please. Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. He should be back by now. Just look for the fellow with wearing an outfit that screams, I've been on vacation and you haven't. Very well. We shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look after thyself. Come, let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. Ah, life outside work. What a concept. Margaret, are you sure you're okay? Alright, I guess we gotta check the very obvious orange circle. See if we can find our person who has been on vacation and we haven't. Well, not zero. Oh, I guess it is Kokoldonkel, okay. I do not know what a vacation is, but that man strikes me as more relaxed than most. Before we do that, I see Urianger over there, so let's try and talk to him. All is well, and I pray 'tis the same with thee and thine. Now, dost thou perchance know of one recently returned from a vacation? Okay, then let's see, is Varshan around here? I mean, I would expect him to be. I expect him to be in the circle. Oh, there he is. If we can avail ourselves of these tanks, we shall be well on our way to securing the aether we require. Yep. Let's go talk to Kokoldonkel. Let's see if I can remember how to do his voice. I mean, I had a different voice for him when I read his dialogue, but now that I've heard his voice, Yeah, I'd have to say he's back from vacation, wearing the Island Sanctuary stuff. I think that's from Island Sanctuary. Oh, I can't do his voice, okay. I just tried to do something and nothing came out. The face I launched on a teeny tiny boat. How have you been, Brilliant? Able to catch a bit of rest? That's the closest I'm gonna get. Well, I don't know about the Aether tanks. Who in by God's name would? Born right in me very own workshop they were. A pleasure as always, Master Kokul. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some, but I won't bore with you the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? I can't do his voice quite right. Permit me to explain. I don't think most people could. I see. Think I've got the long and short of it. It goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need your Aether tanks, then they're at your disposal. Except for the fact that, oh no, well the tanks are fine, but actually getting to, the place, I forget what it's called. Isle of Han, that's right. There's just one problem. You need the form's approval to set foot on the Isle of Han. Were it up to me, you'd be in the next ship out to that, but that law can't wipe their arses unless it's in accordance with the procedural motions. I can imagine they've got these instructions for how to wipe your butt. Use 2 squares of toilet paper. Reach your hand at a 30-degree angle. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. Thaliax thumping thighs, Master Forstot, and Scholar Montajagni. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The forum has deliberated your petition. We decided to deliver our verdict directly. Well, if they come directly, then the answer is probably yes. Plus, I know that the dungeon is gonna unlock, so. I would hope that the matter of pandemonium has not been overshadowed by other concerns. Right, I think this is an even number patch, so we get the final leg of pandemonium. I wonder if this dialogue probably isn't here if you haven't at least started pandemonium. Because obviously we've done the first 2 legs of it so far. But that is a discussion for another time. You've been granted a special disposition to travel to the Isle of Han for the purpose of etheric extraction on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of ether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you cull any such creatures you encounter. Gladly! That's all. Given the vast amount of ether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Badesian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude. We have taken the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Han. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Well, then I'd best get those Aether tanks loaded onto the airship. We'll be ready to take them where you need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. Oh, you're gonna teleport us right here. Cool. That Master Fortunald and Scholar Mudshagny should personally deliver these glad tidings. We must endeavor to repay their faith in us. It seems this forum is like Alizé. They help others simply because they want to. Well, she's not wrong. Allah proceeds apace thus far, and it's thanks to the enduring bonds you have forged. Yep. Okay, cheery, Captain.
Bound for the Isle of Han. You look like
This
the
is
ones Master
voice?
Fortuno told me to expect. If you're ready to depart, and so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
We need one more person to
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
It's gonna be Graha, because he's an all-rounder, and we don't have any all-rounders here. Besides me. You need 2 all-rounders to do the full party comp. Oh, no, but it's Thancred, okay. Then who's the all-rounder?
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
I guess Varshan's all-rounder, isn't he? Or at least he's DPS and tank.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly.
Okay, Dadgrid.
Orionje tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee. I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly share with thee.
Because he's a
Thou
boomer.
needst but ask.
At the very old age of 30. Wait a minute. There we go. The Aether font, now accessible.